of course, her name was Chi, and her owner's name was Hitaki, so she was like, Hitaki, Hitaki, and it was just so fucking cute. Like, I just remember the whole fucking theme song and everything. Baby, baby, ooh. I
love this.
And everyone was trying to tell me it was a bad thing, so I was just like, fuck you. Fuck your opinion. And that shit trickled into the music too, because it was like, I'm always gonna do what I want to do. Like, I used to get dressed up and like put on shows for my parents, like to Britney Spears and Mariah Carey and fucking like, I just be going around the house, sugar child, Rico, Rico, sugar child, Rico, Rico. Like, my mom would be like, what the fuck? What the fuck is a sugar child? I'm like, sugar child. Like, honestly, when I met my first boyfriend, I didn't like him. We was just friends. Like, we were best friends. We just hang out every day. And he was the first boy that ever made me feel like I could be myself.
Hi, so I'm here with RICO Nasty.
Hi, guys.
So we were just saying that you're obsessed with like Asia and like Asian culture. Oh my god.
Yes, this is Levine. I definitely am, though. Definitely, Japan has had like a huge influence on like the way I dress and especially the shit that I watch growing up.
How did you start even watching it initially?
Oh, my mom, she had a friend. And her daughter, her name was Stephanie, she was like cool as shit. And whenever I'd be over her house, she'd always just be watching it. And it started off Fruits Baskets. That's what it was at first. And I was just like, okay, like I like the intro, I like the show. I was like obsessed with that one. And then she started getting rid of all her shit. And she gave it all to me. So I had like a bunch of fucking Chobits and Naruto and Dragon Ball Z, everything. And you know, I didn't have cable and shit, so I would just watch anime. I would just watch it. And then some of them had books, like comic books, and that's where I learned how to draw. You know, like, it all like ties into each other. It was, it's pretty crazy how it happened too, because it was like a 6-month span, honestly. Like, it was just a really deep phase of just straight anime. Like, I would talk like them. Like,
talk like them.
Yeah. Like, you know, okay, in Chobits there was a character, of course, her name was Chi, and her owner's name was Hitaki, so she was like, Hitaki, Hitaki, and it was just so fucking cute. Like, I just remember the whole fucking theme song and everything. I don't know Japanese, I'm not gonna sing it, because they're gonna be like, bitch, what are you saying? But I just be singing that shit. I don't care, I love that song.
What about it do you love so much?
The innocence. It's kind of like a love song. It's like, baby, baby, ooh. I
love this.
It was just, that was, okay, I know what it was. That was the first show that introduced me to chibis, period. Like, you know, the miniature versions of anime characters. So once I seen the chibi version, first off character, I was just like, fuck, I want to be that person. So I was just
That's kind of different, right? I feel like where you're from, not many people watch like or influenced that much by Asia, right?
Not really, but I know people definitely watch anime. I don't know like how, you know what I'm saying, how deep they are with it besides like Dragon Ball Z and Naruto, but those were like some of my favorites. I got pretty fucking deep into it. I don't know.
Damn. How old were you back then?
Like 13, 14. 15. 15? like 15, honestly, Yep. And that's when I started making my tape and shit. So I was just like, I had to be 15. Because my first mixtape has like a lot of Asian influenced beats. Like, I was, that was a little bit before Keith Ape came out, but I had knew about his music and shit like that. So
damn.
I was listening to him too. Yeah, it was really weird.
How would you describe yourself like back then, during that phase, like your personality?
Private. I was super private, and I was super like, how how do I say this? Like, I was having, like, a lot of mood swings growing up. Like, I was just always in my own head a lot. Like, I don't know. I had my 2 best friends, but around that time when I first started making music, it was just like, all I cared about was the music. All I cared about was that. I didn't care about anything else. And the only thing that I did care about was what people thought of me. And then it was just like, I just stopped caring. Like,
do you remember, like, what? Was there, like, a specific moment in time?
I got pregnant.
Yeah.
And, you know, like, being young, having a baby, people always have so much to say. So in that case, it just, it showed me not to give a fuck because I knew what I was having was beautiful. Like, I'm having a child. And he's going to be amazing. And I get to raise somebody. Like, who cares how young I am? Like, I would never, you know what I'm saying, be a piece of shit mother. So it wasn't like a bad thing to me. And everyone was trying to tell me it was a bad thing. So I was just like, fuck you. Fuck your opinion. And that shit trickled into the music too, because it was like, I'm always going to do what I want to do. Like, I don't care about what people have to say about that shit, because it's like, you can spend your time caring about more important shit.
Yeah. Actually, where did you get that mindset from? Because in your, like, previous interviews, you said your parents were pretty shocked. So then they weren't really embracing it. So what made you kind of embrace it to be a mother?
Well, it was just like, honestly, this is going to be, like, so fake deep. But as soon as I held my son, I just felt like... I just felt like... I felt like I felt life. I felt what this shit was for. Like... You know, you live your life when you're young, you live your life, you're like, what am I living for? What am I going to be? What am I going to do? And that was one thing that kind of just told me, like, wow, like, from now on, I can't say shit like, I hope I die. You know what I'm saying? Like, from now on, I can't, like, do certain shit that is pretty selfish, but you do it because you're not a parent. You don't know what it's like to have something so fragile, so beautiful, like, and pure. It's just like, oh my God, it like makes you feel like a terrible person because you're like, what did I do to deserve this beautiful little thing? And then, you know, it grows up, and my son is only 2, but it's just fucking like, they love you and they're smart, and you just feel that love back. And I think that's when it was. It was like, if my son thinks the song is cool, the song is cool. I don't care. Like, he dances a lot. Like, I have videos of him dancing all the time. He's always dancing. So I always play my music for him, and if he likes it, then I like it. Yeah.
Was it difficult for, like, raising your son? Because a lot of people your age weren't raising. Like, where do you think you got your, like, sense of, like, this is how I want to be as a mother?
Low-key, I feel like when I got pregnant, it was like a fucking... a frenzy of pregnancies, like...
Oh, really? So you're all racing
one of many, so I don't know what the fuck is going on with that, but, you know, it was like, oh shit, you pregnant too, bitch? Hey! And that's like, wow, like, that shouldn't be anyone's goal, but I was out of high school, so it was, you know, that was that.
So you guys helped each other out and, like...
No, it was just like, my friends and everybody around me, like, at that age, they were just like, damn, bitch, like, what you gonna do? You know, like, what are you gonna do? And that was when I, you know, made it my choice and my job to get a job and figure out where I was gonna live and just, you know, figure that out as an adult. Like, you had to grow the fuck up. It's like, as soon as it comes out, you're like, big man pants. Like, you gotta man up. If not, like, who knows what'll happen. Yeah.
And your dad's a rapper, right?
Yeah, definitely. But I don't even, like, he doesn't even rap anymore. So it's weird, but he was a rapper before you.
So did that ever, like, make it more in your head that you could be a rapper yourself, or did that, like, when you were younger, you're like, oh, he could do it, I could do it too?
It was never like that, honestly. It was just, I would see him in the studios, and I would see him writing, and I never went to any of his shows or anything like that. But I just remember, like, how much he loved it. And, you know, when I was younger, I used to freestyle with my dad. Like, I used to get dressed up and, like, put on shows for my parents. Like, to Britney Spears and Mariah Carey and fucking, like, Spice Girls. Like, crazy. Anyway, but my dad, he just was, like, he was never like, yeah, I want you to do this. And I was never like, I want to do this. It was like, I was in high school. The boys thought it was cute. I was like, oh, shit, so I'm cute. You know what I'm saying? You think you cute and shit. I'm going to be a little female rapper. Fuck it. But then it was like, oh, wait, I'm nice. I like this shit. I like crowds of people chanting my name. Like, some people don't like that. Some people get to the point where I'm at, and it's not even far.
Yeah.
It's not even far. It's like they get to the beginning, and they're like, I don't want to do this shit.
Damn.
I don't want to do it. Like, it's not worth it.
Yeah.
It's not worth it. It's not worth, you make sacrifices, and you lose a lot of friends, and you're looked at a certain type of way, and that's not even who you are. Shit's just weird, So people can't handle that. So
Did he teach you about like the technical aspects or like how to write, that sort of thing?
No. When I started writing, he was in jail.
Oh.
And he didn't even hear my first mixtape when it came out. He actually heard it like 6 months after it came out, because that's when he got out of jail.
Yeah.
And I remember he was just so impressed.
Wow.
He was just like, oh my God, this is so beautiful. Even my mom, though. Like, let me cut my mom some slack, because she wasn't happy about me rapping.
Really?
But she wasn't like, oh yeah, fuck yeah, do that shit.
I guess most parents are like that with
you know what I'm saying?
music.
She was just like, all right, well, look, you can't be a corny ass bitch.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
And then, when I started, when I let her hear the tape and shit, she was actually really happy. She liked it. And only thing she told me was to curse less.
Oh.
And,
Typical parents.
Typical parents. And now that I've gotten older, I'm definitely like, yes, Mom, you're right. You're always right. And I definitely should have cursed less in my first mixtape.
What does she do?
My mom?
Yeah.
She is... I don't really know where my mom works. I know it's for the government, though.
Oh, okay.
It's like for a cybersecurity place.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I think it's called Fidelis.
Yeah.
It's like the people who protect shit for Apple.
Oh.
Shit like that.
That's crazy. So you got both the like academic side and then like the creative side from your dad.
I definitely could say that. Like, my mom is hella smart. Like, when I was in Spanish, bro, my mom would like help me with my homework. And
Damn.
It's crazy to talk about this, because like, me and my mom, like, as I got older, we saw things differently, but she really did help a lot in school. Like, school, she was like getting me through, like, hey,
wow,
do this shit, stop playing around. And I used to be so mad at her, like, I don't want to go to school, I don't want to do this. And now that I'm an adult, I'm happy I have a fucking diploma.
Yeah.
Like, thanks, Mom. Thank you for being so mean sometimes. Like, I needed that shit.
Yeah.
I like tough love. It's worth it. It means more.
What were your favorite subjects back then?
In school?
Yeah.
Well, I used to take art.
Oh.
So, but I was really good. Like, really, really good. So, art was my favorite class. I would actually skip all my other classes.
Really?
To sit in that class. In my senior year, I was, what's that called? A student helper, I guess.
Yeah.
Like a student teacher job.
Teaching assistant, kind of. Yeah.
And that shit was cool, because I got to teach people like how to blend certain colors. It was like the freshmen and shit, and that's when I knew I wanted to work with kids, but I didn't know what.
Yeah. Do you not mind being like graded for art, or like have a set curriculum for art? I feel like you're pretty free flowing.
Yeah, and sometimes when he would make me grade the paper, like if I thought it was bad, I would just ask them like, what were you going for? Like, what were you trying to do? Because art, all it needs to ever be is explained. It never needs to be changed. If the artist is finished with it, it's finished with it. Maybe somebody has like a pointer though. So.
What are your favorite artists?
Right now.
Or even then, if you remember.
Rihanna. Rihanna.
Oh, I meant like non-music related.
Oh, okay. This is a weird one. Well,
like if you were in painting.
Pierre Lewis is actually my the artist who did all the artwork for Sugar Trap 2, all the the fucking singles artwork and shit like that. He did all of that, and I found him on Instagram about like a year ago. He edited some weird shit on some fucking runway pictures. And ever since then, I was really obsessed with him. Like, all the other artists I really learned about was just, like, in school, Yeah. It wasn't really,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, this artist, it was just him. He's, like, my motherfucking Van Gogh.
Yeah.
That nigga's vision is crazy. Like, you go on his page, it's nothing like what he made for Sugar Trap. I tell you that. It's, like, completely different. You're like, he made that? It's like, it's weird. It's like he invites you to your world, and all his captions like tell a story, and it's crazy. It's fucking awesome.
When you used to do art back in the day, what did it look like?
shit. It's like, no, it didn't look like shit. It was really good. It was colorful. It had a lot of eyes. I drew a lot of like topless women.
Yeah.
I liked a lot of lines. I like tedious things. Like I would have a drawing placed in the middle of something that's like huge. Small drawing, and then I would just do the whole background and then paint
wow.
it. Like little circles and lines and shit. Like I was really into that type of shit that gave you patience.
Yeah.
Like I would fucking work on a fucking painting for like 3 days, no sleep.
Wow.
And that's kind of what happened with music, because that's not like how I am in the studio. It's just like, as soon as I get in there, don't nobody take me out my zone, because you're going to have to get out.
Yeah.
For real.
How did your love for like painting art transition into more of your love for music, and that became more of your career?
Well, because when I started noticing that when I dealt with things, sad or happy, first thing I ran to comfort me was music. You know, like if I'm feeling sad, you know, bro, let me put some music on. If I'm feeling happy, hey, let's put some music on. So I just had a need or a feeling that I wanted to make people happy, that I've ever been like sad. And with my paintings, it's like they were bright and colorful, but they were still like sick and sad in a sense, like you know. And it was weird because when I made music, my music never sounded sad. Like it never sounded like, oh, help me. Like, hey, Arnold sounds fucking crazy.
Yeah.
iCarly sounds crazy. You would never think somebody who makes those songs would be like sad. So that's why I like the music so much, because it don't make me sad. It makes me happy. I can put myself and remind myself how I'm a poppin' ass bitch. Like, what better confidence boost is that?
Yeah.
Like,
did everything come together super easily with like your art, even like your fashion sense, kind of like your branding music video? Was it something that you like had a plan, or did it just was like all super free flowing, like you already knew what you wanted?
iCarly had a plan. Hey, Arnold was like a snippet, and then they were like begging me for it, so I was like, okay, so maybe they like this song too, so I shot a video for it. And ever since then, I was kind of winging it.
Yeah.
And then Tales of Tacobella came out, and when I was working on that project, I was like learning how to, I was learning my voice.
Yeah.
You know, I was really learning what my voice can do, what sounds my voice can make, and it was just with auto-tune. So once I took the auto-tune off, I just like started building around how I would already form my voice on auto-tune without it. And then add like smaller shit that's not as heavy, you know what I'm saying? Like, auto-tune has a distinct sound to it. And everyone has it, because everyone uses auto-tune.
Yeah.
So I just like started doing shit with my voice now. It's weird. I don't know.
So all the branding stuff came super naturally to you?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, my first big tape that got attention was Sugar Trap. And after that name, like, I was literally, that shit was hella crazy how it came. Hella crazy. Yeah? Hella crazy how it came to me. But after I just said it out loud, like, I just kept saying it out loud. Like, Sugar
That's how I
Trap.
can do.
Sugar Trap. Sugar Trap. Like, I just be going around the house. Sugar Trap. Rico, Sugar Trap. Rico. Like, my mom would be like, what the fuck? What the fuck is a Sugar Trap? I'm like, Sugar Trap. Like, I don't know. It was just, it was like a chant. I don't know. It just made me happy. It made me feel like, So, I named the tape that. The music on it had nothing to do with the name. Like, the music on it was good, great, amazing music. It got me my fan base, but compared to now, it was just, you know, rookie shit. Yeah. You know, just, you know, your basic rookie shit, which is just like, you don't own all the beats, you know, shit like that. But everybody on that tape was like, they fucked with me though. Like, all the producers, I got their say so, but you know, I didn't get it posted on Apple Music or anything like that. It was just on Spinrilla, SoundCloud, like. Yeah.
Has it ever been difficult for you to be vulnerable in your music?
No. No, it just takes, the right people to be in the studio. You know, like, I don't ever fucking like to be in the studio with a lot of people. I feel like it needs to be like 1 to 2 people besides the engineer. So that's 3 people tops. I don't like more than 3 people in the studio with me. freaks me out. Makes me feel like everyone's watching me.
Yeah.
So when I rap about sad shit or shit that means a lot to me, like, I like for everybody to be gone so that if I don't like it, I can fix it. You know, before anyone tells me, yeah, I know the song's sad as shit, but you, like, didn't hit that note. You know what I'm saying? Like, that shit'll hurt me, where if I'm feeling it, I just say how I feel. And if the next day I come back and I'm like, wow, this sounds good, I fix, you know, tweak it, whatever parts it is. But that barely happens.
Yeah.
If I don't like the song, I'll, like, trash the whole fucking thing. Like, sometimes I'll get too vulnerable. Too vulnerable. And then you listen to it and you're like, girl, you don't feel better. Like, girl, you don't stop being sad. Like, you know, and that's another reason why music helps. Sometimes I'll hear some sad shit that I made and I'm like, what's hurting you?
Yeah.
Kind of brings those demons to the front. Instead of them just sitting back there like, hi, bitch, you know, I'm just here. Taking over your happiness. Don't mind me. It's just like, come here, calling you out. Which one is it? Okay, I feel alone. Let's make a song about feeling alone. And whatever comes to your mind, it's like, damn, that's how you feel?
Yeah.
That's how you feel? Like, that's really how you feeling right now? And then it's always true. It is always how you feel. It's always just like, damn. Like, it brings that shit to light. And then you share it with people and you're like shaking, like, fuck. What if they're like, this is the worst song ever? And people are like, wow, this touched me. This was amazing. This was beautiful.
Did you always feel like you had multiple alter egos even when you were growing up, like way back then?
Yeah, I definitely did. I've always had them since I was like 8. Yeah.
What were they before, like when you were 8? What were your alter egos like?
I had definitely somebody named Carly. She was what I would call my Bratz doll, like the main Bratz doll. I would always call her Carly. I don't know why. Carly, Carla, one of those. Same thing. Whatever. And I think Tacobella, like, they never had names. They just had personalities and certain ways of dressing. Does that make sense? Like, I never knew what to call them. I just knew, like, some weeks I would wake up and I would dress like a certain person for, like, 2 weeks. And then I would dress like somebody who wears bright clothes for 2 weeks. And then I would dress like somebody who's, like, in the middle for 2 weeks. And that shit would, like, reflect my mood, too. So I was just like, is something wrong with me? Like, is this weird? And it's not weird, because it was just like my imagination, my brain, my fucking like creative juices were flowing. And that's why when I started painting, that shit was like, it was hella vivid. Like, and then whenever I would get like painter's block, I guess, it would just be like, well, I could paint from this perspective of this personality, like the sad one. Put on music that the sad person likes, and then draw some shit that they can relate to.
I also think it's really sweet how you've always had like boyfriend / best friend type of thing. Like having a lover and also someone that you could tell like your most secrets to.
I've only had 2 of them.
But that's still like, I guess, something pretty sweet, I feel like.
I'm with one of them now. And the other one was just like, you know, the situation.
How were you always like that? You wanted someone who were, you know, someone you could confide in, someone that you could love. Was that something that clicked to you from the onset of finding that type of person?
Honestly, when I met my first boyfriend, I didn't like him. We was just friends. Like, we were best friends. We just hang out every day. And he was the first boy that ever made me feel like I could be myself. And that's really what I look for in a guy. Like, I don't care about the clothes. I don't care about the money. I don't care about nothing else. But do you make me feel like I could be myself? Like, can I trust you with who I am? Because niggas will get to know you, and then next thing you know, they're just like a whole other person. You're like, bitch, fuck you. Like, you not worth shit anyway. So with guys, it's just like, I always have to be friends with them. Like, if you like, like if you're like a fucking one and done, or like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, one of them niggas that's just like, okay, I'm here, but I'm not. Like, why would I invest in who I am? Like, why would I invest in getting to know you if you're not trying to get to know me? So, they always have to show me that they're trying to get to know me more than I'm trying to get to know them.
I love that,
They always have to be like, what do you want to do? What do you want to talk about? Like, because I'm quiet at first. Like, I'm just like, what you trying to do? Like, surprise me. Do something cool.
How early was it that clicked to you with your boyfriend you have now, like that you wanted him to like manage you and like be there for you for your artist project?
It like started off, that's what he was, it started off, he was just my boyfriend.
Yeah.
And then he started saying he wanted to be an engineer, and I was telling him, like, because I used to rap, and he knew that. I used to tell him, like, yo, well, I know how a little bit, like, I could teach you some shit. So we would just be in the house teaching each other shit, but in order to record, you got to have somebody's voice. He always be like, I don't like my voice, so then I would just rap on the shit. Freestyling shit, joking around, just to learn how to record other people. And then one day, I wrote a real song, and I recorded it, and it was lit. And then it was like around iCarly, I think, like, I started really feeling like the shit, you know? Like, I don't need no nigga, I don't need none of that. I don't need that dead weight.
Yeah.
And I missed him. Like, I missed him. And then dealing with, you know, the death of my last boyfriend, it was just like, I miss somebody. Like, that felt weird. It felt different. Like, I never miss people. I don't miss anybody but my kid. So missing him, it was just like, what is it about him? Like, and then I stopped being such a bitch, and I stopped being so, like, you know how you act when you hurt? You're just like, about everything. Like, it doesn't matter what he does. You're like, you ain't shit. Fuck you. And with him, that was when I just decided, I was like, damn, like, it's the reason why my heart is like this for you. It's not like this for anybody else. I don't miss anybody else. I miss you every day. You don't talk to me because I did something fucking, like, I used to just blow his phone up with accusations, bro. I was like a crazy bitch. Like, crazy as shit. I'd be like, so who the fuck is this bitch you just followed back? Like, it'd be like a random girl, like, bro, I don't know who the fuck that is, but I was so young-minded, like, I didn't see what love was, and I was, like, super, like, you know, I was just on my baby mother shit.
Is that difficult, though, that he's, like, 24/7, like, with artists and then with your personal life? Like, is there ever any problems?
No, because I'm the only artist he works with, and I'm the only artist he's ever worked with. And he's the only manager I've ever worked with. So we're just, you know, like, we're working together. We're building something beautiful. And, you know, it's just amazing that we get to do it so young. I see, like, a lot of people, like, they just, they don't appreciate love. Like, that shit could really be here today, gone tomorrow. The person you love could fucking, like, move away or some shit. Like, you can't let that ruin y'all. If you really love somebody, y'all gotta build something outside of the love and outside of, like, a child or something. Like, you guys have to have a partnership. Which y'all work together.
I think that's super cool.
Because he's like my number one fan, and I'm his number one
I can
fan.
see when you guys together, it's so sweet, and he's like, I can just see in his eyes that he's so supportive.
That's what I'm saying. Like, look, I look over, he's taking pictures. Like, who asked you to take pictures? Thank you.
You're so sweet.
And even, like, when I'm in the studio and I'm like, I'm not doing this right. He'll just be like, baby, calm down. Start it over. You got it. You got it. At the shows, I'll look at him like, bro, I need some. It's like, literally, it's crazy because we just now developed this fucking look that we give each other. When I'm on stage and I need water, I just be like, it knows exactly what it is. Like, it doesn't even take a second. He'll be like, okay, let me get the water. Like, it's hilarious. We're just in sync. And it's beautiful. I'm blessed that I got to experience love again because I was very closed. You know, shut out from everybody, from my family, from even myself. Like, I just was forcing myself to feel sad and feel bad for myself. And I was just being, like, messy. Like, messy, and I didn't care about the people around me, and shit was just weird. Like, it was weird.
What would you say have been your biggest struggle so far?
I think my biggest struggle so far has been... being places on time. Bro, it's like hectic. Like, I'm never on time, and sometimes I'm on time, sometimes I'm not, but when I'm not on time, it's like really bad. Really, really bad. So I'm trying to get better with time. Let's get real. What is it? I think my biggest struggle is staying off social media. when I'm mad. Like,
oh, yeah.
I'll get on social media when I'm upset about something, and it'll just be like, bitch, why did you say this? Like, you don't care that much. You know, like, you'll say some shit, and it's like, make it look like you care. And it's like, bro, you don't care that much. Why would you even say that? Like, people looking at you now like you care, and you don't even care. So why are you making them think you care about shit that you don't care about? So I'm mastering the art of that. The art of just truly getting on there to be positive and interact with my fans and, you know, let that fucking cyberbully, all that shit go.
Oh my God,
all that like bashing people and getting on Twitter, and everyone who responds to you, if it's hate, you're just like, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. Like, bro, I got celebrities following me. I'm verified. I'm like, okay, bitch, watch what you tweet. Watch what you say, because people watching you. People watching your every move, and some shit you say might offend somebody, and now you're out of a job, and you're out of some coins. Like, you don't know who you're talking to when you make a tweet. Yeah. So.
Last question. What do you want to be remembered for?
I want to be remembered for my music and my creativity. Of course. Like, I just want to be remembered as someone who was bright and colorful and just free, because that's what I am. I'm just like, I'm happy. This is the happiest time of my life. Like, I mean, this would be anybody's happiest time of their life, but it's like, really, it's beautiful. Every day is something outrageous you think would never happen. It happens, and you're like, what the fuck? This happened. So something better has to happen. Like, what the fuck? And just, I don't know. I want to be remembered as a happy person.
Oh, I love that. Thank you so much. That was awesome.
Thank you.
Bye.